Comrade Rosa and Salatine. Comrade Rosa going home the better, and Comrade Rosa beat Salatine.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Final Gallop. It is episode 299, and as always, is proudly supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. Got a pretty big show this week with the preview for Saturday's runners, including Zarastro in the Aurie Star, which is a Group 3 at Flemington. But firstly, a big happy birthday to the horses today, which also heralds the start of a new season. Morning, Tony. Just a quick reflection. Another great season for the stable. You yourself wrapped up your 11th successive Metropolitan Trainers Premiership with a record 146 and a half wins.
Yeah, no, it's been a great season, but I want to certainly wish all the horses happy birthday today, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be standing here. Well, you wouldn't be listening to all of our rubbish on this, but we wouldn't be standing here doing such a job that we love to do. So happy birthday to all the horses, and we'll spoil them rotten today, as we do every day here at Gollan Racing. Yeah, it's been a great season. Another state premiership plus a metro premiership. It's been a really good year. You know, break our own metro record, which has been documented a bit in the last few weeks as we've done that. So everything's well. Short off season. Overnight, we're back into it.
Back into it straight
August
away.
1 today, straight to the new season, which is good.
Yes.
You know, we get to start straight off and we get to kick off with hopefully we're obviously running a group race at Flemington on Saturday, and if we could take that out, it'd be a great start to the new season. But we've got a big team of runners ahead. We'll reflect a little bit on the season that's gone. And there's been so many highlights, I couldn't name just one at the moment. Okay,
well, I've got a couple to pull out for you. We have 14 group and listed winners. Antino, 2 group wins, Zarastro, 3 stakes wins, and all that pizzazz, winning the Wheatwood, and the list keeps going. I know you said you can't single out any one of them, but those 3 are pretty special.
Yeah, the emergence of a couple of horses has been pretty cool. I think Zarastro's been probably the emergence horse. You know, he didn't, I don't know if he even started for us in the previous season. He might have just started, maybe just started in the previous season, but he went on his winning way throughout this season, and he's just done a remarkable job, wasn't he? You know, he's an online purchase with, I don't know what sort of expectation we had to get to what he's done. It's been super, and it's not finished yet. So hopefully he really kicks off the new season for us on Saturdays. He travels so well down to Melbourne. Antino, he's a stable star. He really put his name sort of in lights that previous season. I'm frustrated we didn't get a Group 1 with him. I really felt we would last season, and certainly we haven't stopped for the hunt there. He's in terrific shape as he heads down to Melbourne and take on some of the big guns this spring. And Pizzazz, well, he kicked off winning a race that certainly very dear to me, the Wheatwood. Much has been spoken about that, and probably don't need to go on about it too much here now, but it's certainly been a race that was very important to me and my family personally, and I know all the team here really got behind that win. So they are probably 3 of the highlights. There's not too many others there I could probably say were any better than those, but overall it's just been a remarkable season winners-wise, which is that's our job week in, week out.
Absolutely.
You know, to get winners for our clients, to get this great prize money we have here in Australia back in our owners' pockets.
Okay, let's jump into our Saturday preview, and we will start with our runner at Flemington, where the rail is in the 10-metre position for the most part. The track is currently a soft 6 with mostly fine days forecast. It is race 6, and it is the Group 3 Aurie Star Handicap over 1,200 metres down the straight 6, a race you won with Temple of Boom in 2011, and that was your first group winner as a trainer. We have Zarastro in it this year, 58 kilos. Jamie Carr rides barrier 4. He's paying $4.60 to win at the moment, and $1.75 for the place. Last start he did win the Group 3 WJ Healy Stakes at Eagle Farm. 5 weeks between runs for him.
Yeah, it's ideal for him, space between runs. He's only had a week freshen and come back in with this race in mind. Will that track to keep on improving there at Flemington, which I'm sure it will. He's settling well in Melbourne, really happy with him. He worked on quite wet ground there Tuesday morning, but he'd come through the gallop nicely, fit, well, healthy. The straight, look, it always poses a question when horses are not so familiar with it. But he's always given me the feel of a really nice straight horse. So got fantastic jockey on board, Jamie Carr, another lady we have had success with, winning in Group 1 on Vega 1. So looking forward to seeing Jamie team up with Zarastro. Flemington straight 6, no real concerns for me. I guess we'll know more on Saturday about that, but he's in good order. So I think you can have your money on him with confidence that he's certainly fit and well, and he's travelled beautifully to Melbourne. Okay, on to the preview of our runners for Doomben. The rail will be in the 4.5 metre position. The track is currently a soft 5 with mostly sunny days ahead. Likely that we'll have another good surface on Saturday, do you think? Yeah, it'd be a good 4 there. Surface is racing a touch tide in places. I love this 4.5 metre rail. It's normally its fairest rail. but you would have saw yesterday we raced at a 10 metre rail, so there's going to be a little bit of a pad there.
Okay.
We'll have to just watch and see how this track plays. I don't know. I'm hopeful there's no lanes in it. Hopefully they'll just, every horse gets their chance based on tempo. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. We kick off in race 2, which is the cutest 3-year-old handicap over the 1110 metres. We have Moulin Miss in this. She'll carry 56.5 kilos with Angela Jones riding her from barrier 5. She's paying $4.80 to win and $1.70 for the place. She did win strongly over the Ipswich 800 metre short course at just her second start.
Yeah, I think she's about the right price quote here. Interesting little 3-year-old race to start the season off here in Brisbane. I think some promising little, former 2-year-olds in it. I loved her win at Ipswich. Got really checked badly. Just coming into the corner, which 800 metres around Ipswich, you can't afford anything to go wrong. She started to pick herself up and she was dominant through the line. The 11.10's ideal for her, really. She'll lob and there's a nice speed runner in it. She'll sit second, third, something like that. She's got good gate speed herself, put herself prominent, and she'll be Johnny on the spot. I think she's beautifully placed here. She's an above average filly. There's a few other horses in this race that have good ability, but she's definitely up the Saturday grade.
Okay, we'll move to race 3 now, which is the benchmark 78 handicap. Over the 1110 metres again, Brereton is the first one we'll talk about. He'll carry 60.5 kilos with Ryan Maloney riding barrier 9. He's paying $5.50 at the moment and $2.30 for the place. Good win at this track and trip at his first run for our stable. Up a few kilos and drawn a little bit awkwardly.
Yeah, a little bit awkward, but he's got enough gate speed hopefully to get himself out of that trouble early. There's a few scratchings in the race already. I love him in this grade. The weight doesn't concern me. He's a good, strong horse. I thought his win first up was good because he pulled a bit mid-race. He didn't really get everything just as smooth as what it could be for a horse like him. So I love him around this distance. I think he gets, as long as we can negate that barrier, which Ryan's very good at, if he can do that, in the first couple of 100 metres into that bend, there's no reason he couldn't be winning again. I think he's very well placed.
Okay, next one is Michelle, 56.5 kilos with Emily Lang's 3 kilo claim. Michelle's drawn barrier 10. He is paying $13 to win and $4.20 for the place. He wasn't far off Brereton last start at the same track and trip. Meets him much better at the weights this time though.
Yeah, he does. A 3 kilo claim is important for him. It is a tricky draw for him, however. I'd rather him off a low draw. He just peaked a touch first up. He's come on fitness-wise from that. He's in good order. We've just backed off him through that mid part of the carnival, and he done a bit well. So I think he'll improve. The only negative is that draw. Have to ride him a little bit cute early, just to get back and get a bit of cover and come with one run at them. But that weight relief is a big plus.
Okay, next one is Nanagai, 59.5 kilos. Jimmy Orman rides barrier 4. She's paying $11 to win and $3.70 for the place. Best drawn of our runners in this race. It was good first up at Eagle Farm despite the margin from the winner, and she was very close to second.
She was a good run for fresh up. She wasn't bad at all. The other day was a non-event. She got called a non-runner due to that mishap. Obviously the rider falling off. Yeah, well, I don't want to go over that. But anyway, she was a non-event, which is a shame. I thought that race programmed well for her. I see her running well here. Low draw, she'll lob just behind the speed somewhere, get a nice enough run and get every chance. She's a big improver over the odds.
Okay. Next one is Miss Middle Park. She'll carry 56.5 kilos with Angela Jones on board, drawn barrier 6. She's paying $14 to win and $4.40 for the place. She was good through the line first up when she was third behind Liquor at this track and trip, and she does drop a little bit in weight. She
was really good in that messy race the other day, hit the line terrific, really appreciates good ground. She's going to get a good 4 here. She's improved significantly from that fresh up run. I'd be shocked if she doesn't start a lot shorter in the race. She was scratched from Ipswich on Friday to run here Saturday. I think she gets a kind run, just midfield-ish, something like that, and she'll really hit the line hard. She's going super Miss Middle Park. Very even bunch of horses here. I really like Brereton. I think he's a nice horse. He's above average. He probably goes on top for me, but Maloney's going to have to give him a bit of a ride that first furlong. Okay,
we'll go to race 4 now, which is the Class 3 plate over the 1,200 metres. We have 2 runners in this. We'll start with Daytona. He'll carry 60 kilos with Ryan Maloney on board, barrier 6. He's paying $12 to win and $3.70 for the place. Was ridden a bit closer last start at Eagle Farm and just didn't finish off like we know he can.
Yeah, total disaster. Got his mouth open, got keen, choked himself down, which is his flaw. He wears the tongue tie for a reason. He's just got to be relaxed, ridden to breathe, get into a good rhythm and finish off. So that was no good the other day. Geez, the market's reacted poorly to one bad run. He hasn't had a bad run all prep. He's run super. I know he's never the punter's pal because of his pattern, but he's been racing really well. I can see him bouncing back nicely here. Maloney will just switch him off midfield. He won't be back last from barrier 6. He'll just be back around about that third pair, relax nicely, come to the outside and race really well. He was down the wrong part of the track too the other day, so I'd be very forgiving of Daytona. I'd be really forgiving of him, and I could certainly see him bouncing back Saturday.
Okay, the other runner we have in this race is Castilian, 58.5 kilos. Jimmy Orman will ride him. He's drawn barrier 1. He's paying $6.50 to win at the moment, and $2.40 for the place. First up for his preparation and on form, typically does need a run or two. He did win a trial and then finished strongly in a jump out last week.
Yeah, I think they should be around the other way in their prices, to be honest. I think Daytona should be around $6, Castilian $10, but look, I'm not the market framer. He's going well, Castilian. We got him obviously at the end of a prep last time, give him a run, which he pulled a shoe off and pulled up sore that day at Eagle Farm. His best runs previously have been on more rain-affected tracks. But his trials and jump outs have been brilliant. He had a really good spell. He's filled up. He looks 10 times better than what he did last time. I'm sure he's in for a really good prep. I just wonder whether 1200 around Doomben on good ground, they're just a bit sharp for him. I think he's better forms when he gets that 1400. So he's a bit of a watch for me on Saturday, but I couldn't be happier with his prep now. I'd much rather having him off a blank canvas, fresh up, than what I did last prep. So I'm very happy with Castilian. I'm just still a bit of a watch for me around Doomben 1200.
So Daytona's...
Absolutely. I think Daytona's going super. He's been going good all prep, and ridden upside down the wrong part of the track the other day. The market's overreacted. Okay.
Race 7 is the open handicap over the 1,050 metres. We'll have Situation Room running in this for us, 56 kilos, with CJ Graham on board, barrier 9. He's paying $9.50 to win and $3 for the place. He's been ultra consistent this preparation in 3 runs on rain-affected going, and he does love this track and trip.
Yeah, and he loves good ground. He can handle good ground as well. He's just a versatile racehorse. Loves Doomben, favourite track. Track and trip, he's unreal. Always get to price him. He's going really good. It's like CJ did a good job on him the other day, and the owners were keen to leave her on. And she's coming off a stellar season. Congrats to her winning the Apprentices Premiership and outriding Acclaim. So she's had a great year. Hopefully she can kick off the season well here.
Correct.
Positive out, put him in a forward position, and he'll race well. He invariably never runs poorly in this grade. So I think he's very well placed, this horse.
Okay. We'll go to race 8 now, which is the Class 6 plate over 1,350 metres. We'll have Rock Rib running in this, who's just lurking at the back of the box there. Lurking, we should rename him Craig.
The Lurker.
The Lurker. He'll carry 58.5 kilos with Ryan Maloney riding, barrier 2. He's paying $6 to win and $2.30 for the place. It was a disappointing result at in the Rockhampton Newmarket last start after a good win first up, but he will be suited to this track and trip.
He will be a low draw, back in grade. He was wide and working the other day off a moderate getaway. So, look, he'll race prominent to the speed. He'll be anywhere in the first 5, first 4. He'll get a lovely run. He's the right horse for this grade. 1,350 or 1,200, I never know what's his better trip here. He's won at 1,200 more, but he's won out to 1,550 as well at Canterbury. So you couldn't see how it would be a bad trip for him. He's very well placed in this race. I think he's an outstanding chance. I think Maloney will suit him down to the ground. He'll get a lovely run. He's very hard to beat.
Okay, race 9 is the benchmark 85 handicap over 1,200 metres. We'll have 3 runners in this. We'll start with F Troop, 59.5 kilos with Emily Lang's 3 kilo claim. F Troop's drawn barrier 10 and it's paying $17 to win and $5 for the place. Was a close 4th in the Rocky Newmarket last start. Meets a similar field here and has pretty good form at Doomben.
Yeah, probably a bit weaker than the Newmarket, this field. He's got a good claim with Emily. Sometimes these older geldings, they get put a young kid on with 3 kilos, they get a bit of rejuvenation about them. He feels great, he looks great. He's obviously in the twilight of his career. It's his last prep before he goes off and makes someone a bloody good equestrian horse. He's such a lovely animal. He feels like he's been here forever. He's such a beautiful horse. I think Emily will ride him well. He's a horse that doesn't want to be trapped inside runners too much buffeting. So it'll be a bit of a kid gloves type of ride. He's going really well. 1,200 is the key to him. He's never won past it. Back in grade, back in trip. Good young rider on. Definite each way chance.
Okay, next one is Pizarro, 59 kilos, Jimmy Orman on board, barrier 1. Pizarro's paying $12 to win and $3.90 for the place. He went back to last at this track last start and had too much ground to make up. Should be able to sit a little bit closer from the draw.
Yeah, well, he was in the 1350 the other day and the race just got away from him. He was the best through the line. He raced terrific, the horse, but had just way too much work to do. Had to come right round them as well. So I'd imagine in midfield here off a low draw, similar to how Jimmy rode him in his switch wins.
Okay.
And I think he's Well, he's definitely back in grade from his carnival races at 1200.
Yep.
And the horse is still in terrific condition, so he's a big improver.
Okay. Third one is Black on Beauty. She'll carry 58 kilos. Ryan Maloney will ride her. She has drawn barrier 22. She's paying $7 to win and $2.50 for the place. Held on to win last start at the Sunshine Coast on a heavy 10. Will it be handlebars down again on her?
Well, she's a go-forward runner. She's pretty quick, you know. There's no secret what we'll do from a wide draw like that. We put pressure on early, and she can do that and absorb it. I love the way she's going. Geez, I've had a little space between runs from Sunny Coast. She just feels good. She looks good.
Yeah.
This sort of grade and trip is suitable. We just need luck from the barrier. But if he gets it at getting across, then she's the one to beat.
Okay, so she's on top out of the three?
I think so. Any three of those could run well.
Okay.
Obviously, the old boy, I'd love to see him win F-Troop, but you know, it has been a while since he's won, but I'd love to see him win. Bizarro, look, he could have easily raced. He's been racing well. He's just got to get the luck required, but she'll make her own Black on Beauty.
Okay. Okay, we are into the final furlong of this week's Final Gallop. Who do you think your best Metropolitan winning chances on Saturday?
I'd love to say Zarastro up the straight
in
Flemington, because geez, he's a nice horse. Nice, absolutely love him, but I'm going to stick close to home here at Doomben, a track we have a lot of success at, and I'm going to go Brereton.
Brereton, okay.
If he just overcomes that gate, there's something about Brereton, I think he's right up and about. So him could easily have made it Black on Beauty in the last from the wide draw.
Okay.
But she's just got to get across from that gate. But it'll be Brereton for me.
Okay, your best each way chance?
Mr. Reliable, Situation Room.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't see how he wouldn't be running top three here. He's just such a reliable horse. He looks well, he feels well. He's my each way in a day where we've got a lot of each way chances. I'd be shocked if Mill and Miss wasn't running top three in that 2-year-old race as well.
Okay, best at the provincials, we have Ipswich on Friday.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good team there at Ipswich. I don't know which one to make. I thought Perigian was really well placed. Just the weight worries me a touch. But I think 1100 round Ipswich in that sort of low benchmark grade, he's pretty well placed. So I'll make Perigian my best on Friday in a day where we've got some pretty nice chances there. And another track. We won the Ipswich premiership as well this year. I don't know how many times that's been, but another good effort by the team.
Okay, it was. Best track worker this week?
I thought Black on Beauty was really good. Obviously wasn't there to see Zarastro down at Cranbourne, but Bailey, who rides him all the time, was really happy with him, and I know he was his usual naughty self this morning, which is how he races his absolute best. So, but I like Black on Beauty. I thought she worked up really nice Tuesday. We had a beautiful morning here, lovely A-grass open, and the horses worked really well into Saturday. She was good, really. She was really good.
Okay. And your winner for the week?
Invincible Shield. He was the horse I sort of went to the races the most excited about. Short price quote. I love the way he executed his race last week.
Yeah.
He's been a real work in progress. Obviously the talent's there.
Yeah.
We all know that. We didn't do that to him.
No.
But I love the way that he's executing his races better and really, giving himself a chance to be a nice horse now. So he was my winner of the week. Very happy with the job that horse has done this prep.
Okay. Now it is time for Cav's Corner, which is supported by the Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. He just missed his multi last week, was set to shine, just missing the win in the first leg before Invincible Shield saluted in the second. He didn't let anyone down. You mentioned that he wouldn't last week. Can he make amends this week? Let's see what he's got.
Welcome to Cav's Corner for this week. This week we'll venture to Doomben. We'll go a Rock Rib to win into Pizarro a place. Good punting, guys.
So he's gone Rock Ribbed. He's listening. A win into Pizarro a place. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, look, I would have tipped Rock Ribbed as my best as well. He's one of my better chances on the card, and I just want to see him win at the 1350. I'm not saying he can't. I know he can win at 1500.
Yeah.
I just want to see him bounce back. But he worked very well too, and he pulled up well from his work on Tuesday, which is good for him. So I don't mind this multi. It's a good multi for Cav. I'm happy to stick with it. I wish he had a win place win last week. It was just a far better result.
Far better. Anyway, good luck at Flemington on Saturday with Zarastro, and hopefully a good start to the Metropolitan racing season back home as well.
Yeah, we had a great last season. We're laser focused now on this season. Let's kick it off well this weekend. Just before we finish up, I just want to mention 2 new additions to the team, which I'm sure Lockie and that we'll talk about a bit more next week. Chelsea Baker from Tasmania up here on loan to us, provincial apprentice. Great to have Chelsea on board in the team. Done a really good job down in Tassie. And Emily Lane coming across from O'Day Hoisted to join our team for the Metropolitan season this year. I'm sure Emily is in for a very, very big Metropolitan season. You'll see both these girls riding a lot more for us, Emily particularly on the Metropolitan circuit. So we wish Chelsea and Emily, we thank them for joining the team.
And warm welcome.
And you're going to understand, give them a good warm welcome, and you're going to hear a lot more about them as the season unfolds.
Yes, and we wish them the best of luck for their rides for us, and everyone else the best of luck on the weekend too.